The story opens by introducing Kelvin, who has died in his original world. The supreme being of reincarnation named Melfina oversees Kelvin's reincarnation into a fantasy world to give him a second chance at life. When Kelvin first awakens in a forest in this new world, he is greeted by a floating status screen, prompting him to press start. Kelvin is confused and disoriented by his unfamiliar surroundings. He hears a soothing female voice in his mind, introducing herself as Melfina. Melfina explains Kelvin had fallen in love with her during the reincarnation process, but he won't retain those memories now that he has been reborn. So she instructs Kelvin to head to the nearby town called Path and register as an adventurer at the guild. As Kelvin walks to Path, Melfina informs him that he has the rare and coveted summoner class. However, summoners attract too much unwarranted attention from nations vying for power. So Melfina advises Kelvin to disguise himself when registering at the guild. In Path, Kelvin follows Melfina's instructions and registers as a green mage, a common magical class. He receives a copper F-rank guild card. The receptionist Anger explains basic guild tasks and promotions. For his first task, Kelvin is instructed to kill at least 3 blue slimes outside town. Melfina tells Kelvin he can form contracts with monsters by befriending them when weakened. During the fight, Kelvin manages to form a contract with one slime who he names Clotho. After completing some early guild tasks, Kelvin is promoted to B rank. He meets Leo, the knowledgeable guild master of Path. Using his high-level appraisal skill, Leo sees through Kelvin's disguise and identifies him as a reincarnated summoner. Leo promises to support Kelvin on his adventures and maintain his secrets. He explains other reincarnated heroes exist, summoned by the Holy Empire to fight the resurrected Demon King. Monsters across the land have been growing more violent as a result. As Kelvin leaves the guild, Melfina communicates telepathically to inform him of the hero's arrival. She asks Kelvin to find and recruit an elven slave girl she saw for sale in town earlier. Kelvin locates the slave auction and purchases the elf named Ethel with his adventuring earnings. He uses his magic to remove Ethel's slave curse that prevented physical touch. Kelvin brings Ethel to the inn to recover, where the innkeeper Claire prepares a maid uniform for her. After eating a hearty meal, Ethel cries, having never tasted such delicious food before. Kelvin allows Ethel to choose her own class and skills. The next day, Ethel models her custom-made outfit happily. Later, Kelvin defends Ethel and another girl named Angry when they are harassed by a crooked prince visiting Path. Kelvin's heroic deeds earn attention. Melfina secretly warns the Holy Empire to avoid contacting Kelvin for now. To prevent further room sharing with Ethel, Kelvin purchases a mansion where his companions can live. Melfina informs she will soon gain an avatar form that Kelvin can summon. Kelvin begins pondering whether only summoned heroes can defeat the Demon King, or if other strong individuals could as well. However, to test this, Kelvin decides to recruit and train his own hero. Melfina teaches Kelvin the rare ritual to summon a hero from another world. He performs the ritual, using up much of his magic power. A young girl named Rio is summoned and happily introduced to her new life. Rio chooses the name Ryan for her new identity in this world. Kelvin takes Ryan and his companions to a forest to train and raise their levels. Ryan bonds with a wolf she names Alex. Later, in the trade city of Toraj, Kelvin learns that the Holy Empire's heroes have just arrived. Kelvin sees an opportunity to test them and tricks the heroes into fighting him, easily defeating them.
After the humbling fight, Kelvin takes the heroes to train in a dungeon, providing guidance on
overcoming their weaknesses. Before leaving town, the heroes thank Kelvin for his wisdom. Kelvin gives the heroes special stat-boosting pendants to aid their growth. He confirms with Gerard that the Lazaya Empire, destroyers of Gerard's hometown, lies across the Western Sea. Kelvin vows to one day get revenge on the Lazaya Empire for destroying his companion, Gerard's hometown. But Kelvin knows he must become much stronger before confronting an entire empire. After being awarded Tsubaki of Tourage, Kelvin learns he needs approval from one other ruler to be officially promoted. On the road, Kelvin's party defeats the dangerous Black Wind Gang. Arriving at an elven village, the chief Nelrus confuses Ethel for a past elf named Lumil. Nelrus explains Lumil sacrificed herself to a dragon, attacking their home continent. The elves fled here to avoid the dragon's wrath. The village is then attacked by Trison monsters, seeking to provoke war. Kelvin swiftly defeats them, along with the Trison general Clive, who tries to manipulate Ethel. After Kelvin wins the intense battle, Leon of Gorn arrives and eagerly approves his S-rank promotion. Leon watched Kelvin's fight against Clive, using his shape-shifting abilities. As Part 4 concludes, Leon informs Kelvin an S-rank promotion ceremony and exhibition matches are being planned. Kelvin is excited to test his skills against other top adventurers. The elven village chief gives Ethel a headband that belonged to Lumil, hoping to trigger her forgotten memories. Ethel is treated with more kindness after this gesture. Leon, who can shapeshift, playfully appears to Kelvin as a little girl named Lean to announce his approval of Kelvin's S-rank promotion. In 4 days, a ceremony will be held along with exhibition matches. Kelvin is thrilled at the chance to battle other high-level adventurers and showcase his skills. At the ceremony, Kelvin is officially promoted after engaging in intense duels against the top-ranked warriors. With his new status, Kelvin can now take on more challenging quests and continue honing his abilities. He aims to become powerful enough to get revenge on the Lazaya Empire, who destroyed Gerard's homeland long ago. When he also intends to further train his summoner skills and summoned hero Raya, he will need their full strength to face the resurrected Demon King and any other emerging threats. As the story concludes, Kelvin has solidified his reputation in the adventurous world, but still has many trials ahead on his journey for power and justice against those who've wronged him and his companions.